Chris Brown is a 2012 Western Washington University alumnus, a Marine Corps veteran, and the chair of the Whatcom County Veterans Advisory Board. He's also the director of Growing Veterans, a nonprofit that aims to empower military veterans to use their skills and talents to support the local community by growing tasty vegetables.
My name is Chris Brown, and I'm the director at Growing Veterans. Our mission is to empower military veterans to be responsible stewards, leaders, and active participants in the community. This year, our farm has really been the platform for that. We've got veterans that come out on a regular basis, and we encourage volunteer members to come and volunteer with us too. We want to show the community that veterans still have something to offer, but also show veterans the same thing.
Sometimes it's nice to put schoolwork out of our minds and kind of clear our head. There's some beauty that has to do with the environment, and there's something beautiful about planting a seed and seeing it go through that full cycle from, as they call it, seed to table. You know, we get to see the whole process of this food go to our table, and food's that common language that bonds us again all together. So it's just been, that has got to be my part that touches me the most, is seeing that seed to table aspect of farming.
When you realize that you're putting a seed in the ground and bringing life into the earth, and then either taking that and feeding yourself or feeding someone else with it, you're sustaining their life. And you know, being around all this natural life cycle stuff, it really can be powerful for somebody that's been around so much death and destruction and nastiness. And so, you know, I think that alone can be powerful if somebody takes the time to think about it.
Tell you what, when I got out of the service, you know, it was kind of a different experience. I had no safety net at all. You know, I got out and I had no medical, no dental, no nothing, and no job. You know, I mean, you're really kind of adrift, and you know, things came together eventually. But I tell you what, if I could have had something like this, you know, to have people who have experience reintegrating, kind of be with them and see what they do, and you know, be able to use their advice and their connections and everything, it would have made it a lot easier, a lot more smoother. So
I see people who show up here without a lot of friendships, and then a month later they're going to the shooting range with their 6 new friends that they made here, and they're all buddies. And I see people show up sometimes pretty fresh from coming back from overseas and kind of shell-shocked and not knowing where they fit in and really anxious, and then a couple months later they're smiling and laughing and like throwing carrots at someone in the field.
I think anytime you're working with your hands, and that's something that we all did a lot in the military, you find a kind of peace. There's an easy rhythm to doing something like separating cloves of garlic and talking, and having a purpose is one of the key ingredients in transitioning our veterans back into the civilian world. And so I think Growing Veterans helps the community because it gives veterans and supporters a purpose.
We have to take this for our biology class 101. Instead of taking the test about biology, we get to go out here and do some volunteer work.
It's nice to know that like what we've actually done, like how like it was all weeded over, and now it's actually, I mean, I actually feel good about what we've done so far today in the short time that we've been here, so it makes us feel good.
You know, being physical and getting exercise, it'll often help relieve some of the extra energy that comes along with anxiety issues. And so some vets are able to sleep a little bit better at night after spending a day out there on the farm. Sleep issues is a really big one for vets that have been overseas. You know, I notice in myself at least, I'm getting way better sleep ever since I started farming. Well, this is our first official season. We started building some of the foundation groundwork in this fall, winter of 2012. We started our first official season in January, February timeframe of 2013. We've been producing all year, doing a limited amount of fundraising, And this winter we're making plans to do everything a little bit better and bigger next year.
We've had a super successful first year. We've had a lot of veterans involved with the project, and we've grown enough food and applied for enough grants to pay all of our salaries and rent and everything for the whole year. So for a first year nonprofit or a first year farm, I think that's pretty phenomenal. Awesome. Yeah.
It's been almost surprising to me how much ownership veterans seem to get from this. And it's not only surprising, but it's encouraging that what we're creating really has some value. And so we hope to just, continue pushing and make it even bigger and better.
If you listen to any part individually, it just winds up sounding ridiculous.
I got one foot